big man! Oh, it's pretty! It's so pretty!
There were big upsets brewing last weekend as Dallas and Chihuahua looked to shock the MASL, and you won't believe the plays of the week. It's all coming up.
This is MASL Primetime. What's up, everyone? I'm Alex Bastiavansky. So great to have you on board for this week's program. And you know, throughout the history of arena soccer in North America, no organization has been more successful than the San Diego Sockers. 15 titles the organization has won since its inception in 1978. And of course, they are the defending Ron Newman Cup champions, and they are front runners once again to possibly capture the title again this season. They've been absolutely incredible, and they were looking to keep the hot play going against Tacoma last weekend. The Stars had struggled against San Diego this season, 0-3 heading into this game, but they got the jump on the Sockers in this one.
Trying to knock it into the middle. Batted down, that's Lee. Lee, space for a shot and scores!
Mark Lee drawing first blood for the Stars, but the Sockers respond. Just 2 minutes later, Brandon Escoto, 3 goals on the day for San Diego, and that one gets them on the board. It was 1-1 after the first quarter of play. In the second, it's Escoto again. Easy little tap in at the side of the net. They would add one more and make it 3-1 at the half. The Stars narrow the deficit in the second half. Philippe Souza, sweet solo effort to make it just a 1-goal game. Back to Escoto though. Too much on this day. Spins off the boards, crushes it, breaking bottles, top shelf he goes, and that is the hat trick for Brandon as the Sockers double up Tacoma and end up taking this one by a 6-3 final score. Okay, the Savage in KC to take on the Comets, the red hot KC Comets, losers of just one game, coming into this one down 1-0 in the first. Letsia Thetsane, boom, hammers it home to draw the Comets even in the second quarter, leading 2-1. Hugo Puentes, the little tap in to draw Chihuahua even. Skip ahead to the fourth quarter now, tied 4-4 until John Sosa punishing the back of the net with that free kick right there. So KC up, but Chihuahua was like a bad rash that just refused to go away. Ryan Macias evens it up for the Savage. This one needed OT to decide it.
This is like a playoff game. Rio still going forward, front and center, shot and a goal! And the Savage, they win in overtime against the Comets. Unbelievable game by the Savage.
Brian Aguilar, the man for Chihuahua, as they hand the Comets just their second loss of the season so far. 3 weeks ago, Florida faced Dallas twice in a weekend, sweeping both games, outscoring them 25-10 in the process. Luis Morales was hell-bent on making sure that did not happen again this time. He was massive. Opens the scoring there, 4:58 in. 4 minutes later, Eric Macias sneaks one past the keeper. And Big D was up 2-0 on the powerful Tropics. That woke the sleeping giant though. Ricardo Dieguez, picture perfect, makes it 2-1, and then Zach Reggett, the Karate Kid, showing off the acrobatics, and you will see both those goals again in the plays of the week, I guarantee it. Back to Morales though, fourth quarter with Dallas up 5-4. He gives them some insurance, they think, and yeah, they were pumped, but hold on. Nothing comes easily against Florida. Victor Paredes bar down to pull the Tropics to within 1, and then Ricardo Carvalho denied by Juan Gamboa. Great save, but he puts home the second chance. It was tied 6-6. This one needed a shootout to decide things. Morales up for Dallas. Of course, this guy just doesn't miss. Victor Paredes, usually money, but denied by Juan Gamboa, who was just getting warmed up. Jamie Lovegrove denied as well by Brett Petrocek. Back to Gamboa, who will not be outdone. Stymies Ricardo Carvalho, giving Dallas the chance to win here.
Mendez or Ortiz? You're right, it's Mendez. And Mendez, 5-hole! My goodness! Wow. What a game! What an incredible game. Dallas sidekicks pull off the shootout victory 7-6.
Wow. Huge win for Dallas, and Morales with 3 goals on the day talked about why he always plays so well against Florida.
Just knowing that they're a top team in the league, motivates me to work harder in the field and off also. The extra work always comes in clutch, and hard work and dedication.
Hard work indeed. Okay, your scoring leaders. Mohamed Ndiaye now in first place, 33 overall, followed by Ian Bennett, Frank Taillou, Victor Pereira, and Leo Gibson to round out your top 5.
Hey, welcome back to MASL Primetime, everyone. Utica City FC has just had a tough go of things so far this season. Heading into play last week, the Blues had won just 2 of 12 contests up to that point, which doesn't seem to make any sense. Moises Gonzalez, Bo Yellowvat, Christian Segura, Nate Bordeaux, there's talent in spades on this team. They just haven't seemed to really be able to get into groove yet. They faced St. Louis on Saturday, hoping to turn things around.
The Blues were suffering through an 8-game losing streak, but they managed to strike first against the ambush in this one. Ben Raman intercepts the pass. He pokes it home, and the Blues go up 1-0, and then it's the man with the best mustache in all of professional sports, Andrew Hoxie. Look at that thing. Love it. Putting UCFC up by a deuce. Second quarter now down 3-0. The ambush finally get going. Robert Cristo getting them on the board, and then it's the MASL's leading scorer, Mo the Master, getting involved, and this is a beauty. Dancing through 2 players, going top shelf. Ndiaye, the beauty, making it 3-2 in the second half. Tied right now 5-5. Cristo putting the home side up for the first time all contest, and then Ndiaye adds to it right here. Boom. St. Louis up 7-5. Many expected Utica to fold like a cheap suit after that, but they were eating crow when it was all said and done. They refused to die. Lucio Gonzaga pulls the visitors to within a single goal. Then Joey Tavernese ties it up from the tough angle at the side. Unreal. So this one goes to overtime. The boys playing a little bit of pinball here, and then finally Christian Segura grabbing the winner for Utica right there. The Blues just kept on persevering. Man, did they need that win. The 8-game losing streak is snapped, and they hope it starts a run in the other direction. Harrisburg in Milwaukee to take on the Wave. The home side winners of 4 of their last 5, and they hit first with this beauty. Long throw by Matt Perella, headed over for Javier Steinwasser. Gorgeous. But that all goes back to Perella getting things started with the throw. Second quarter, Andre Hain shakes off his man. Harrisburg was screaming he pushed off his man, but no dice. That goal stood. 2-0 Milwaukee. Second half, now the Heat come back. Malcolm Harris striking this one past Perella, and the deficit was just a single goal. And then Dom Francis, the man from Huddersfield, England, with the elegant little touch over the keeper, and they were all knotted up 2-2. Back come the Wave. Andrew Weidbach, watch this one. Boom. Punishing the back of the net to put Milwaukee up again. And then in the fourth, they add some insurance. IB24, Ian Bennett, he does not miss from that spot. So the Wave, they managed to hold on for the 4-3 victory. Keeper Matt Perella said afterwards he loved the defensive effort by his squad in this contest to pick up the win.
We haven't put in defensive shifts the way we'd like to. So tonight, letting up 3 goals is big for the team. It's a morale boost, and any way you can get a win in an arena is we'll take it.
Okay, Chihuahua taking on St. Louis, and it's the ambush that strike first in this contest.
Qué buena manera para Niamsi. Un pase, taconazo!
Vadim Kojakov, the cheeky little back heel. Shortly after, though, Carlos Hernandez responds for the Savage, and they tie it up 1-1. 3 minutes later, Brian Macias going hard to the net. He converts, and the visitors go up 2-1. The ambush tie it up before the breakdown. Tony Walls, redirection out front. 2-2 it was after 1 quarter of play. In the second, with Chihuahua up 4-3, Kojakov grabs his second of the day off the sweet feed from Mo Ndiaye, and it's a 4-4 soccer game. The Savage takeover, though. Brian Aguilar to Eduardo Garay, and Chihuahua would never relinquish the lead again. And then it's Jorge Rios down the wing, keeps it himself. Good choice. That makes it 6-4 Chihuahua. They would end up taking this one 11-8, your final score. Okay, some MASL news. Ricardino Cavalcante was officially appointed the head coach of the Dallas Sidekicks recently. Now, he was named interim coach back in December, and they've just looked great. 6-4 under him, and of course they just knocked off the powerful Florida Tropics. And this is awesome. Ontario Fury game correspondent Amanda Philemon was recently named the LA Rams Fan of the Year. She was given 2 tickets to the Super Bowl to represent the Rams. Of course, she took husband and Fury play-by-play announcer Christian. Amanda says it was the experience of a lifetime.
Still, I'm trying to just process it all, but it was really, to be honest, meeting the other fans of the year and spending the last 4 days with them. I really think that has been probably right up and next to actually going to the Super Bowl. It's been incredible. I mean, just aside from the Super Bowl experience itself, which is once in a lifetime, incredible to be able to cheer your home team in your home stadium and represent them, as the home team. Oh my gosh. I am still over the moon.
Welcome back to MASL Primetime, everyone. Joining me for this week's studio chat is the play-by-play man for the San Diego Sockers, Craig Elston. Craig, how you doing, buddy?
Always great to be talking some indoor soccer, some MASL with you, Mr. Bastiavansky.
Well, it's great to have you on again, man. And 4 minutes goes by real fast, so let's get right to it. And let's start off with a look at your Sockers. Great season so far. First place in the West Division. You guys are, of course, the defending Ron Newman Cup champions. Just talk about how you think the boys have played up to this point.
This is a club that's really come together, and I think a lot faster than maybe some people from the outside expected. We heard people saying, oh, they'll finish third in the division going into the season. But this Sockers team was missing one thing for years, and that was the belief that they would be able to get the job done at the end and win that final game. I think you see both a club that understands one another, understands the rhythms of how to win together, but also has that belief and confidence. And that's why you see a team that's been able to win so many games in overtime, close games.
Craig, what's your take on Utica so far this season? The Blues they've really struggled up to this point. Traditionally an organization that's super strong, but things just haven't gone their way. What are you seeing out there? What's been happening?
It really seems like it's been a revolving door in Utica, and particularly on the floor in terms of who are the key players that you can count on. They've had some important injuries. Having Moises Gonzalez be out, that's the focal point of your entire attack. I know they thought that Slaviša would be a bigger force on the club than he wound up being. And now what you see is Tommy Tanner really shuffling the deck, right? And UCFC got a big win against St. Louis on the road. Important result for that club. For Utica, hey, they got to win.
Okay, let's take a look at the Chihuahua Savage for a second, Craig. And all that firepower on their roster, but they got off to a slow start this season. Are you surprised at just how long it took them to pick up their first win?
Honestly, I'm not that surprised because for Chihuahua, this was a brand new franchise. They had never played together. They had never gone through the wars together. You had some guys, whether it be from Sonora or from Monterey, that had experience playing with one another, but not this team. But getting 5 points out of Missouri and winning 2 games on a road trip, that tells you Chihuahua's got a path here. I think they've got a great path to make the playoffs. I'll be shocked if they don't.
Okay, Craig, we'll just finish off with when we had you on a month ago, you said your most impressive team up to that point in the league had been the Florida Tropics. Has that changed for you since, or is Florida still number one in your eyes?
What I really see is a little bit of a separation in the league, and I would say within the top 4. Florida is still one of the most dangerous teams, and they've got the most talent in terms of a team that could match up with the Sockers, a team that's really hard to guard at multiple positions. I think you look at the Sockers, you look at Florida, you look at Kansas City, and I'll put Ontario in there. And I think those teams who were the semifinalists in the 2021 Ron Newman Cup playoffs, I think those are your 4 best teams. This should be a fascinating playoff this year. I don't want to rush to get there, but I can't wait to see when we do.
All right, man. Unfortunately, we are all out of time for this segment, but as usual, thank you so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it, buddy, and we'll do this again later on in the season. Take care.
Look forward to it. Anytime I can talk indoor soccer, makes my day a bit better.
Hey, welcome back to MASL Primetime, everyone. The Baltimore Blast found themselves in a unique, for them at least, a unique position heading into play last weekend. The Blast sat just 2 games over 500 with a 6-4 record. Not bad, but the Blast are used to being way up there in the rarefied air at the top of the MASL. They're always one of the best teams in the league. They just haven't seemed to hit their stride yet so far this season. Well, they were hoping to kick it into gear against struggling Harrisburg last Friday. The Heat had won just 2 of 9 games heading into this tilt, and things didn't start out well for them.
Play here. There's a good back heel. Thomas, the run, shot, and a goal! Jamie Thomas from the back line. Punch it by Willie B.
But the Heat did tie it up. A bit of a push there on keeper Mike Zierhofer, maybe. No call, though, and it's a 1-1 game. That is as good as it got for Harrisburg, unfortunately. Tony Donatelli, money. He puts the Blast back on top, and then it's back to Jamie Thomas. He had a huge game. He bounces on the rebound, and Baltimore goes up by 2, and then Jamie gets his hat trick all in the first quarter. Fancy footwork out front right here, and the finish. And the Blast was cruising up 4-1. Down 6-1 in the second half. David Mallour trying his best to get his boys back into it. Spinorama, nice strike. 6-2, but the Jamie Thomas show continued in the fourth. He sets up Lucas Roque. Baltimore wins this one, going away as 9-3. They pump the Harrisburg Heat. Okay, the second game of the weekend between San Diego and Tacoma, and this one was just painful for the Stars. First quarter, Charlie Gonzalez drawing first blood for the Sockers. Tavoy Morgan had 4 goals on the day for San Diego. That one makes it 2-0 for the men in gold. It got worse for Tacoma. Beautiful dummy right there by Brandon Escoto. Leo de Oliveira makes it 3. Finally, the Stars do get on the board, courtesy an own goal by the Sockers, and Leo's reaction pretty much says it all. But he had nothing to worry about. His squad had plenty of goals on the way. The legend Craig Childs making it 4-1 San Diego. Power play goal. Second quarter now, trailing 5-1. Kevin Nahanjo draws Tacoma to within 3, but that is as close as they would ever get. San Diego wins this one big time. Tacoma only has to face them once more this season. It's the little things in life that can make you happy. MASL standings, Central Division, KC leading the way big time, followed by Dallas, St. Louis, and Milwaukee. All of those 3 teams very tight. In the East, Florida, big lead as well, followed by the much improved Baltimore Blast. Utica, big win on the weekend as well. Harrisburg currently in 4th. Out west, San Diego, absolutely brilliant so far this season, followed by Ontario, and don't count out Chihuahua. They're looking much better these days. Primetime players offensively, it is Brian Aguilar of Chihuahua, who had a huge weekend, both the player and the team. 4 goals, 2 assists. The OT winner against Kansas City, and of course the Savage pulled off the Missouri sweep, taking down the Comets and the St. Louis Ambush. And your defensive player of the week, Boris Pardo, keeper for the San Diego Sockers. He was a brick wall, 18 saves, just 5 goals allowed in 2 road wins over the Tacoma Stars. Okay, plays of the week now.
manera para Niamsi. Un pase, taconazo!
To get there, Tropics have an opportunity, and the shot wide, and there's the goal! What an incredible goal! Oh, just being patient. Oh, and there's the middle. Reggett. Oh, and what a goal by Zach Reggett! Ties the game with a beautiful karate kick goal.
Off the boards for Escoto. He turns inside. He fires. It's a hat trick for Brendan Escoto.
Top of the arc, looking for a turn. It's get by Paleo! Mo in the eye! Bordeaux through the middle, poke loose. Barry can't quite get it out. Utica City, Segura juggles it to himself, slams it home.
Thank you. Oh, Comets take it away. Shot, goal!
Anyway, door was open, no foul. Steinwasser, shot a goal!
You're right, it's Mendez. And Mendez, 5-hole! My goodness!
Wow, wow, wow. What a game!
What an incredible game. Dallas Sidekicks pull off the shootout victory, 7-6.
A playoff game. Rio still going forward, front and center. Shot and a goal! And the Savage, they win in overtime against the Comets. Unbelievable game by the Savage.
And that's going to wrap up this week's show. But just a reminder, all throughout the regular season and into the playoffs as well, your source to keep up to date on everything in the Major Arena Soccer League is all of the official league social media outlets. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. We'll see you next week.